Okay, welcome back. We are going to be reviewing Beastars, chapter 184. We watch the flowers as they blossom into ripe fruit. So, we're going to be taking a stand against chaos. Last we left off, the lights went out, and the carnivores are faced with the moral dilemma as to the choice they're going to make in the dark regarding the herbivores who have been aggravating abuse towards the carnivores because of Louis' speech and all that. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know. My personal prediction for this chapter, I really don't know where it's gonna go, because it could go either or. Like, if the series, if the series has been leading, like, just based off the evidence that we've been presented, that the carnivores innately will do the right thing, because it's truly in their nature to do good and be good, based off of the carnivore herbivore war that happened in the past, based off of a similar incident that happened at the Meteor Festival when the lights went out and the carnivores in the class instinctively protected the herbivores. There's proof that has been there throughout the series that I really hope manifests in this chapter, that the people out there will do the right thing. Or I could just be wrong and it might just turn into a bloodbath. We'll see. But let's jump right into it and see what happens. Okay, right where we left off, Yafia offering himself up. Let's see, it's like black honey. I want to lick it. So this guy's hungry. Yeah, he's hungry. It's because he's stressed. The raindrops dripping from the black horse. They look so sweet. Every carnivore here was not sure that the male who showed himself suddenly during the blackout was the Beastar. This is their first time seeing the Beastar. The higher the status an herbivore was, the more one was sure that their meat would taste good. Only move if you're willing to eat me. He's testing us, but we've got the advantage right now. They're all thinking, oh man, they're all thinking about it. So, it's true that herbivores don't have night vision. They're not making the slightest movement. They're like lumps of meat. Oh, come on, man. Is he thinking about it? Sizing. So he's sizing. Is he sizing up his meal in that, like, mouse? And when he says lumps of meat, that's dehumanizing him in a way. Well, not dehumanizing, de-animaling. Just say dehumanizing. Easier that way. It's easier to get that disconnect when you... It's the same thing Riz did. It's easier to get that disconnect when you don't view them as anything other than food. Whereas this guy right here, it's a person. They have their own life. They have their own memories. Like, there's that connection that people try to disconnect from when they're about to do something terrible to make it easier for them. The entire city is like a cold, dark place filled with high-class meat. Oh, that's not Yafia speaking. The entire city is like a cold, dark place filled with high-class meat. Like a cold, dark place that was left for carnivores. Oh, a blackout. Now? Is it because of the rain? Looks like there's gonna be tons of predations in the main street tonight. Most carnivores commit predation when herbivores can't see them coming. They're cowards. Melon. How are things going on your end? Can you see anything, or does everything look pitch black to you? Aww. Ah, man, Legacy, dude. I don't. I'd be frustrated by that, but it's just Legacy's endearing for a lot of reasons. Even now, he's checking up on Melon to make sure he's okay at night. Melon's just fine. He's part carnivore. He can see in the dark, and he's cat too. Right? Do you want to research my body or something? No, it's not a serious question. I'm being serious with you. No, it's a serious question. I'm being serious with you. Just hold on. I'm thinking. Which answer will you hate the most? Oh, Legacy threw first blood. He just straight up punched. He went for him and punched them. I thought he was checking up on him. Legacy just straight up punched him. Okay. Legacy's all business now. I love it. So, I take it he wouldn't have any qualms beating his ass in the dark. So, we'll see. I've had it with your shifty attitude. I came here tonight to capture you. I can do my research later. I love this aggression from Legacy. He's taking the initiative to take control, and Melon's just loving it. Capture me? Is it because I'm a criminal who's killed over 40 animals? Is it because you feel guilty about the time you set me free? It's so much more than that. He's killed over 40? That's actually not that many. It's because you're a child that was born from a carnivore and an herbivore. Why are you laughing? Why aren't you hitting me back? Because it's so funny that you're beating me up when you're way more hurt than I am. I guess you're the type of guy who likes only fighting when you're getting attacked. I will hit you back just as you wish. He uses his tail to tap him. What? Or distract him? That is true. So I'm guessing Legacy doesn't have any strength behind his punches because Melon's just tanking them. And let's not forget, Legacy's been starving himself this entire time, so it would make, and he's been starving himself, he's been taking damage this entire time. It would make sense for him to not have any strength behind his blows at all. Oh yeah, speaking of Q, that rat, I wonder if that's gonna get brought up again. Because she was a spy. She told Legacy to starve himself, to fast. So, I wonder if there's going to be payoff to that or not. I think my body's just like my leopard mother's now, so I might as well test it out. Oh. He just broke out. What? How do you break out of Legacy's, like, hold like that? He gets distracted and then he's nimble too. Yikes. I will make my melon leaves blossom in the flowers. Red flowers. The really melon flowers are yellow. Oh, so he's just beating the crap out of Legacy. Oh my goodness. I am crazy special. So red flowers suit me just fine. You want to capture me? And I just want to feel alive. Ever since I met you when I was a skinny boy with no sense of taste, my body's been going through some weird changes. Since I was a skinny boy with no sense of taste. Does that imply that he has taste now? Legacy, I'm gonna make an experiment tonight to see if killing you will make this melon's body go through even more changes. Irresponsible hypocrites are only good for experiments. Because you filthy hypocrites just love to prattle on about how carnivores and herbivores should get along, and the lights are back. Yikes. Okay, so the lights are back on now. So I have a feeling this is gonna be Legosi's comeback because I like how the dark. All right, maybe I'm reaching, but I like how the darkness is a metaphor of the darkness of animal society. Even on the outside, you see what happens, the things that happen in the dark, where people, well, not people, animals show the worst side of themselves in the dark where no one can see, right? And it's that same darkness that's crushing Legacy right now. It's a battle of ideology, right? Even if Legacy loses here, if the people on the outside do the right thing, that would mean that Melon's whole argument just falls apart, because you filthy hypocrites just love to prattle on about how carnivores and herbivores should just get along. And I see how I understand Melon's worldview, because it's so easy to just believe what you're saying without seeing the proof yourself, right? It's easy to be in that echo chamber of hearing what you only want to hear, seeing what you only want to see, right? And even in last chapter, when Yafia said it's basically he's taking a gamble. He's hoping that all his effort was for nothing. I'm sorry, that all his effort wasn't for nothing, you know? So we're gonna see now. The lights are back on. What happened? Is Melon proven right? Did the carnivores on the outside take action against the herbivores and do something horrendous? Or did they stay their hand? What happened? This is going to be, I'm nervous now. It's going to make or break whether Melon's ideology is correct or Legacy's ideology is correct. Because I'm just going to go ahead and guess. It would be thematically appropriate, especially with how late we are in this, like, it's going to end pretty soon, Beastars. It would be thematically appropriate to show that Legacy and Yafia and Yafia's ideologies are validated. What they've been doing isn't for nothing. Legacy's ideology isn't overly optimistic. It can actually be a reality with enough hard work, because if you've noticed, Beastars in this series, shortcuts are punished heavily. Like Legacy, like one thing I'll give Legacy, he had to work for everything that he's accomplished now. His self-control, right? He's bettered himself. And if they didn't do, if the carnivores didn't do what I think they didn't do and attack the herbivores, then that just shows Legacy was right in his way of thinking. It's proof that they can be better, because one of my favorite chapters in all of Beastars is with the real Beastars of the series, in my opinion, is Goheen. When it was that chapter when he was with one of his patients, that fox who couldn't show facial expressions. You know, he helped her get better and helped her through her own issues, and of her own volition, she decided she was going to turn herself into the police. But when she gets out, she promised to give Goheen a smile and turn her life around. She didn't have to do that, but she did, because she felt guilt about what she did. Carnivores don't want to eat herbivores. Their bodies physically crave meat. That's just innate. They have no control about that, right? They have no control over that. But they do not want to hurt them. It's been shown time and time again that they, as much as herbivores are scared of carnivores, carnivores are also scared of hurting herbivores. That's actually been a theme inside of in the series, right? It's a pattern that's been there. So I don't know, man. I believe they're gonna do the right thing. That's just me. That's thematically consistent. Unless Beastars wants to subvert my expectations and go on a dark note, we'll see. But yeah, I want to see what Gosha sees, because Gosha was the first to call it out. everything you've been doing hasn't been for nothing. And mind you, Gosha hasn't talked to Yafi in years, and yet he sees what a good job he's been doing. It's because he's there that things haven't gotten that bad. So let's see. The lights are back, and well, I wasn't expecting that. This bear right here, who was sizing up this this meat, this rabbit or whatever he is, he wasn't. Oh, that adds so much more context and perspective. If I'm gonna put myself in his headspace, sure, he was hungry, but that doesn't mean because even Legosi said, remember with the tablecloth effect, when a carnivore feels stressed or excited or something, they get hungry. That's just a natural response that their body has, right? And all of them were under a lot of stress. They're hungry, but that doesn't necessarily mean they want to hurt anybody. That's an important distinction to make, right? And this guy even said he was hungry, but look what he did. He wasn't sizing up his meal. He was looking at his size and probably wondering how he could actually like protect him. Because he's so small, acknowledging those differences, be like, hey, I'm a bear and I'm bigger than this little guy right here. Maybe I should stay close to him, right? And it's funny because, let me go back. It's so easy to misinterpret that. Like, if that was a thing, maybe I'm reading into it. Maybe he was thinking about eating them as a snack and decided against it, but he made that choice, right? He made the choice not to do it. And look how everything's framed. The rain makes everything look, the darkness and the rain makes everything look scarier than what it is. You think all this is drool, right? The rain is would be a perfect way to frame this and make it terrifying, because look at this. You think this big hulking beast of a thing is drooling by the mouth at the sight of Yafia, where in reality that's just the water that's just like, you know, trickling off of his face. And he's not this drooling monster that we think he is. And he's looking at this guy over here like they're like lumps of meat. But he needs to be protected because I'm bigger, right? Like a cold, dark place that was left for carnivores. So this is proof that they're holding hands now, and Legosi was right. They can be better. And what I was saying before is how this series punishes shortcuts, right? Like Riz taking like Animal Society making Riz take those strength inhibitors, right? Like that one chapter when Haru was in college and it was that rabbit Akko and her lion boyfriend, how they just rushed into their relationship, and it was superficial at best, and they were punished because of that. They didn't have the discipline that Legosi has been working so hard to maintain and achieve, right? They were punished for that severely with the near predation incident. There are other points in the series. Even Riz stopping his painkillers, jumping the gun and not working his way towards giving Tim that perspective so he wouldn't be afraid. That was also an example of him being punished for taking a shortcut, the easy route, right? Like, I don't know, it's a double-edged sword. Anyway, the lights are back, and validation right here. Confirmation. Even I'm so happy Yafia gets to see this as well. Carnivores can be better, right? They can make the choice to be better on their own, and they all took each other's hands to protect the herbivores. Because God knows it would have been so easy to just eat them all, to give in to those instincts that they have. But just because you have those instincts doesn't necessarily make you what your body says, it wants to be, it wants to do. Carnivores need meat. right? That is a biological fact that they've been trying to suppress that. I'm happy. This scene it's cheesy. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, kind of corny, but it works thematically for the series, and it's awesome. Hand in hand. Oh, looks like Legosi's coming back. This reminds me of Daredevil when he put his... It was the last fight between Daredevil and Wilson Fisk, where he puts his hands on his shoulders and he's ready to snap his neck, but he doesn't. And Fisk is like, kill me, and then Daredevil's like, no, you know, this city beats you. Like you could look up his speech on YouTube. Let's type in like Daredevil beats Wilson Fisk. And then he's like, this city beats you. I beat you. I won't let you destroy who I am. This is kind of like that scene right here. Or even like the end of The Dark Knight when when Batman is confronting the Joker. And he's like, what are you trying to prove? That this city is as ugly as you? Like, you're alone. And that's pretty much Melon right here. He's the Joker in this situation. You're alone. And, you know, you just have to have hope that people are going to do the right thing. And that's what happened. So I like to see it. I really like to see it. So that's the end of this chapter. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on it. Was it cheesy to you? Did you enjoy it? Things you liked, you didn't like, you know, stuff like that. Like see in the comments. But yeah, so I will see you during chapter 185. Look out for it. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye now.